Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we continue with the bonus content. First of all, a quick trail for what's going on Patreon today. At some point we are releasing free the Matt Gaffney meta crosswords video. I mentioned it yesterday. It'll be up today. Looks at the last 3 puzzles in Matt's excellent crossword series. Doesn't solve the crosswords, it just looks at the end games, which are like puzzle hunts, where you have to find a meta answer that's concealed in some way. They're excellent. I mean, I really like them. Now, the other thing that's coming soon on Patreon is that Christoph Seeliger, friend of the channel, excellent solver and Sudoku compiler, has put together a video on request of him setting a puzzle. Now, it's a long video, I'm not going to lie, but it's really interesting, and people have been asking. We've only, I think, ever once done a puzzle on setting, done a video on setting a puzzle. So this one will be interesting for you to watch if you're interested in that side of things. Now, we get a lot of people making puzzles for us. We are getting absolutely flooded with them at the moment, 7 or 8, maybe a dozen a day. We are trying to get them tested when we can. Occasionally they will fall foul just because of the look of them and the fact that the rule set is too complicated for us to think we can bring it to you. So be a little careful about that. And we do try to reply, but it can take up to a month, to be fair. This is a puzzle, I think it was sent to us about a month ago. And the start of the letter it came with was absolutely charming. It said, "Hello friends, we don't know each other, but you're very welcomed guests in my house every night for almost a year." And I think friend is an appropriate title. I thought that was absolutely charming, especially in these times when nobody's getting welcomed into anybody's house, really. So this is from Cryptic from Serbia. And I will confess, I had a quick look on the internet for how to pronounce his surname, but I got a nice American lady telling me to say Klajic, and I don't think that's right. So I'm going with Cryptic, and he's sent us this Fibonacci rule Sudoku. Now, I will try and explain the rule here because I got accused yesterday of not being very clear about the rule set, and people would like a bit of a demonstration. So, the rule is that each of the strings of coloured cells is a Fibonacci-like series. Now, what that means in this case is that it starts with 2 digits, and then the next thing is to add those 2 digits together. So how this could work is we could have 3 there, 4 there. That would add to 7 there. Now, 4 and 7 added together would give 11, which would put a 1 here. Clearly that's impossible, but never mind, and a 1 here. Now, then you'd add the last 2 terms of the series again. 7 and 11 would make 18, 1, 8. So we're entering 1 or 2 or 3 digit numbers all around the grey cells and around the green cells. Now, with the grey cells, we're given the starting point. With the green cells, we're not. We know they go clockwise, but we don't know where they start around this ring. So it's a Fibonacci sequence, a Fibonacci series, not the Fibonacci series, but it begins with 2 digits. They don't have to be getting higher, they could be getting lower, and then you add those 2 together, and then every time you write a new number adding the last 2 terms in the series. I hope that's clear enough. It's one rule for the puzzle, so it's very few rules, but it's an unusual one, so takes some doing. Now, our testers say this is a quite interesting puzzle, and they knew that I liked the Fibonacci arrow puzzle that I did 2 or 3 weeks ago, so they thought that I might like this one, and we shall see. I do note that, look at the givens, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So that's part of the real Fibonacci series. I don't think the 4's in it at this point. But that's very nice as well. So clearly a lot of work's gone into this from Cryptic. So excellent. I'm looking forward to it. You can try it on the link below the video. As always, I will try and explain the rule again on that, but this demonstration may have been a little more helpful, I hope. I guess, you know, let's just go through it again, the rule. 3 plus, say, 5 would mean this would have to be 8. 5 and 8 make 13, so that would be 1, 3 there. 8 and 13 would make 21. 13 and 21 would make 34. 21 and 34 would make 55, and clearly that would be impossible because 5 and 5 would be in the same box. So that's how it's going to work, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to get cracking now. So, okay, what I've been learning from those demonstrations is, well, is that this isn't a 1, obviously, because of that 1 being there. So this number can't be a number between 10 and 19. I don't think you can avoid having a number between 10 and 19. You know, once you add, whenever you break out of single digit numbers in this sequence, you're going to have something in that. This has got to be at least 4 because it can see 1, 2, and 3. And this has got to be at least 2. So the minimum would be 6. 2 and 4 is 6. 6 and 4 would be 10. So that would break here. So I think we've got to have 2 numbers that are going to add to more than 9 straight away. So that the 1 in the number in kind of 10 to 19 has to be there. Now, that has to be right. Now, these 2 could be all sorts, though. I mean, the fact that this is high, it's almost certain. Anyway, this can't be 1. I mean, we can't really fill in much there. But then we're going to add this number to whatever this is between 10 and 19, and we're going to get a 2-digit number here. So it's got to begin with 1 or 2, as this is a single digit, and this is from 10 to 19. And then when we add a number between 10 and 19 to a number between 10 and 29, we're going to get a number between 20-something and 40-something. And then a number between, can't be 30-something because of that, so between 40-something and 29 and 49, that would be 70-something. Oh, or 5 or 6. 2, yeah, okay, this gets interesting with how many cells there are here. So 20-something and 40-something would be 60-something. And it's got to be limited to 90-something. Because we've got 3 digits left at the end. So that's going to be 100 and something. It's going to add 2 2-digit numbers. That's going to be a 1. Okay, so we've got 2 digits into the grid. Look, sorry, I've put 1 or 2 in there, and that's very sad, me not paying attention to the grid. So that is a 2. So these 2 have to add to more than 9 to make 10 plus whatever they are reach 20-something. I mean, this could be 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, or 9, given where it is. Oh, it could be 5 as well. I don't know what I'm on about. Okay, so, what does that tell me? Okay, this can't be 2 anymore, because you've got 10-something and 20-something. So that's got to add to at least 30-something, which adds to 40-something. This can't be 6. Oh, in fact, 20-something and 30-something. That has to be 50-something. And, oh, that's interesting, yes. This can't be a 7 now, because 30-something and 70-something would be 100 and something already down there. So that's a 5 or 6. So we are getting some limitations from an incredibly empty grid for this sort of puzzle, I thought. But we're going to have to do something with the units digits, I suppose. Hang on. First of all, 50-something plus 70-something is at least 120 something. So this can't be a 1. Just by normal Sudoku, 1 must be in one of those 2 cells. And over here, it must be in one of those 2. No, haven't really got much more than that. Oh no, look, down here, it's got to be in a grey cell. That's nice. Look, this 1 is ruling out those 3 cells. This one's ruling out those, and this one's ruling out those. So there's going to be a 1 in one of those grey cells. What do we do with that? So this plus 1, if this wasn't a 1, that plus 1 would be that number. Oh yes, if this is a 1, that plus that must end in 1, must be 11 obviously. And it couldn't be 8, 3. There's a lot of possibilities it could be. And if this was a 1, that plus that would be 11. Oh, well, that's a bit more restricted, isn't it? So this one couldn't be 1. It could be all of those, opposite 9, 7, 6, 5, 4 or 2. But this would go on having an effect, wouldn't it? So if it was 9 there and 2... Oh, well, hang on. 29 and 42 would be 71. It can't be 29 and 32 because it's a 2-digit number here. And the difference between 29 and 32 is only 3. So if this is a 1, this is what this is all based on actually. I don't know. This would have to be less than this one. And they'd have to add to 11. So we could rule 2, 4, 5 out of that and 6, 7, 9 out of that. This would become a 6 for sure. 22 and 39 would require 17 here, would make 61 here. But 39 and 61 would end in a 0. That's not possible. 24 and 37 would make 61, which would make 98. That looks possible, but this can't be 24 and 37 because that would push this back to being 13 on the sequence. 24 minus 13 would be 11 for this cell, so that's not right. 22 and 39, did we do that originally? Yes. 25 and 36 would have 11 here. That doesn't work. So none of those are possible. This is not a 1. Wow, that's intriguing how it just pushes backwards and forwards around the sequence, but we get rid of that 1. And this must be a 1 if that conclusion was right. Now, surely we can do the same sort of thing with these 2 cells, which have to add to 11. They're not 8 and 3. This one's not 5. So these are the kind of possibilities. 9, 7, 5, 4, 2 there. I mean, I'm going to just try this again. If this was... we don't have the same high-low restrictions, but now we've got... God, I can't work out what we're doing. Right. It's 30-something and 50-something. Oh, but this is a bit more open-ended because we just don't know where it begins here. So 32 and 59. Yeah, that has to be it. 32 and 59 would make 91. That's impossible. That would give you 2 9s here. 34 and 57. That looks possible. 34 and 57 would take away to give 23 in the same box as a 3 there. That's not possible. 35 and 56. Again, oh no, that's possible. 35, 56, 91, 21 here, 35, 14 here, 7 here, 7 here. That is possible. 37 and 54, that would require only 17 here. So what am I doing wrong there? 37 and 50. So it would be, yeah, it would have to be 37 and 54 to leave this at 91, and that's not possible. 39 and 52, it must be the same thing. That would need 13 here. So I think we've got it. I think that is logically proving that this has to be 35, 56, 91. I'm going for it. I think that's proved. And 56 minus 35 gives us 21. 35 minus 21 gives us 14. 21 minus 14 gives us 7. I mean, I was a little scared at first thinking about this, that I couldn't possibly begin with two items the same, but they're of course in different rows and boxes and columns, so that is fine. Now this does work, doesn't it? 7, 7, 14, 21, 14 and 21 is 35, 21 and 35 is 56, 35 and 56 is 91, 56 and 91, we can finish it off, is 147, the maximum break in snooker. So we can get rid of that 1, and we can place a 1 here. I suppose we've done all the 1s now. There's this one. Yeah, we have done all the 1s, and that must be helpful. So I'm guessing, since we don't know where this green ring starts, we must be able to make some progress with regular Sudoku now. So there's a 3 in one of those cells. I can see a 6 is limited to column 9 in box 9 because of this 6. Oh, 3 is restricted up there. Oh, 4 is placeable up here, given that 4, that 4, and that 4. Then we can put a 4 in here. Yeah, this is good. And then it dries up. That is predictable. 5 in one of those. It's not going very far. And you know what that means. We're going to have to work on the green ring now. And all we've got is a 1. How's that helping? 1 plus 2. No. In fact, if this is the start of the sequence, it can't involve a 3 or a 7 in the next one. So it would have to be 1 plus 4 is 5. That can't work. 1 plus 5 is 6, but then you'd get 11. 1 plus 8 is 9, but then you'd get 17. Oh yes, you, of course, just like up here, you always get a number beginning with 1. And this is the only 1 that can be in the ring. So this is the number beginning with 1. So it's going to be 2 single digits probably, or maybe 2 digits adding to a single digit. And then whatever these 2 single digits are, they add up to something between 10 and 19. Not 19, because 2 single digits can't add to that. I'd normally remove 18, but in this sort of puzzle, they could be 9 and 9. So let's try that. 9, 9, 18... 27, 45. Oh, that works. Oh, I was hoping to eliminate this. Okay, 16 here. Would have to be 7, 9, 25. No, that's impossible. That's not a 6. 15 could be done with 7, 8, but then we'd get 23. 6 and 9, but then, yes, 6, 9, 15, 24, but not 39 because of that 3. There was one other possibility, wasn't there? 9 and 6, 15, 21. That's not possible. That's not a 5. Can it be 12? 4 and 8 is ruled out. 7 and 5 would have to be that way around. This can't be 17, though, because of the 1s. Oh, in fact, anything plus 12 is going to give... How can that give 20 and more than 4? Can't do. That has to be an 8. Yes! So, this ring begins here with a 9. There's a 9 here. 9 and 9 is 18. 9 and 18 is 27. 18 and 27 is 45. And that's the Fibonacci rings done. That's lovely. The rest has to be normal Sudoku because there are no other rules. So hopefully this won't be too hard a classic from this point. 2 has to be there in this row. This is a naked single 6. Hooray, we got a naked single into the video. That's a naked single 9. We got 2 in. I'm not going to call them a naked pair. Come on, I'm not that bad. I am. 2 there, that puts a 2 here, 2 here. Are we finished with 2s? No, there's a couple left. This is a 2-5 pair. 8, 3, 1, 9 must be there in row 4. Let's have a look up and down. Yes, 7 in column 6 has to be there. Gives us a 3-8 pair up there. 15, 9, 4. Ah, yes, look, this box is fertile. We get a 7 there. 3 can't be here, so 3 is up here. Oh, well, I thought it was going to give us a little bit more still. Now, 42967. Okay, yes, this box is more fertile actually. So we can do that is 3, that's effectively naked, then 8 and 5 are forced. Now surely, yeah, we can finish that row. That puts the 3 and the 8 in, and we've got 3, I said, and then 8 in. We've got 2 boxes finished. This one's a 6. We've got 9 and 4 there. 7 and 6 at the top of column 8. 6, 7, 3, 2, 1. Where does 4 go? No, 7 now in row 4. 4 and 8 have been resolved by this 8 down here in the middle row. 8 and 6, yes. No, sorry, what have I done? 1 there, 6 there, 6 there, 4 at the end. We get a 9 and a 4 down there. This is a very nice puzzle. It looked so weird at first that you just couldn't see how anything was going in, but you just work away at that sequence. I mean, you may think that's a form of bifurcation in the sense that you kind of have to push around the sequence and visualize what goes in. I can't believe there's a much simpler way of doing this puzzle, although, as always, I stand to be proved wrong. But I really liked the way that worked. That was neat. And it was fun to follow all those conclusions through and figure it out. So I think there we are. Let's just check I haven't entered any wrong digits, which my fingers seem to want to do throughout. Good. So that's a nice puzzle. Thank you very much to Svetalik for that. And welcome to the community of setters who have been solved on this channel. You are very welcome indeed. And friend is definitely an appropriate term. We will happily see you next time on Cracking the Cryptic. And as it is, stay safe and goodbye for now.